You want to do a JFK special in the 100th episode? That actually would be kind of cool.
We can do that.
Because it's recording. A JFK special is the 100th episode. Because
we can do that because that'll give me another week to go through the rest of the fucking files.
And it's like the mother of all conspiracies, and it's the 100th episode.
I think there's more stuff still coming out.
Yeah, so let's just do that. Let's do all the Epstein shit.
Well, fuck.
Yeah.
All right, well.
Does that sound good, dude? Yeah.
Well, right now I'm just gonna send just one then because I just got rid of 5.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah.
Fuck
That's
you,
my
dude.
Drake voice.
Oh,
I was doing it at the bar the other night.
I hate it so
hell,
fucking much.
Hell yeah.
Stop it.
Hell yeah.
So that's one thing there. And the rest was go with because, like I said, I just got rid of so many of them.
Yeah.
Whatever. Fuck it.
Is that cool with you?
Yeah, that's fine.
Dude, is it good?
I just got rid of the other fucking stories that I had though.
Why? Are they
Because
JFK?
no, they weren't. I got rid of them before because I was going to go so heavy with the JFK stuff.
Hell yeah.
So we can go with it though. It's fine. All right.
Do you want to do the mothership? I mean, there's a new mothership too.
Oh, dude, there's so much shit.
Yeah.
Let's just go and we'll fucking go with it.
All right. Hell yeah.
Stop. It's not gonna do it.
Drake, dude. There's a new mothership on the horizon.
It's been so many years since we've been here.
And it's Florida. It's in Florida.
I know.
Is my mic picking up, Nick?
I mean,
Is it
I can
picking
hear
up?
you. I can hear you fine.
There's a new mothership in Florida. It's Florida, right?
Yeah.
Of course it's in Florida.
It's a fucking good spot. So we're back after like what, 2 months?
Was it really 2 months?
I don't know. It's been a long. I've been at my new place for at least a month.
Maybe.
So it's been a while. Because we haven't recorded since I moved.
Could be.
So I moved away from all the ghosts. I don't have any ghost stories anymore.
It is pretty creepy down in this floor, though. At night. I'm sure you'll start seeing shit because, I mean, this is an old.
I hope so. Well, I've talked about it on here before about the bathroom door and shit.
Yeah.
You know, there's definitely things here, but I'm a little bummed to not have my little fucking buddies anymore.
Do you feel relieved, though, not fucking with that place anymore?
Yeah, 100%, definitely. But I got used to those guys.
Yeah, you did.
So stupid.
Yeah, you did.
All right, homophobe.
You did it.
Richter's a homophobe.
You said it. I haven't seen anything in my place, my new place.
I'm surprised because that
It's
place
not really
is
a new place. I've been here for, 3 years now?
yeah.
But it's new in comparison to.
I think it's actually 4 years.
It might have been, honestly.
Because I was going back through like Snapchat memories.
Yeah.
And there's the video that I have of you wearing the cowboy hat, and I think Ross is maybe holding.
That's
or
upstairs.
you're holding a guitar.
That's upstairs.
Yeah, but I mean it's the same. Oh, okay. I thought you were talking about just the building in
No,
general.
I was just talking about like my spot.
Oh,
2 years, I think.
yeah. That one hasn't been very long at all.
Mm-mm.
I know that. Oh yeah, I thought you were just talking about the building because the building is for sure haunted somewhere.
Yeah. I didn't see anything upstairs, which is like the first place that I have lived in the last like fucking since I moved out that I haven't seen crazy shit. I mean, our old place was like the hub though. That's where they came. That's like in the Beetlejuice fucking where they check in.
Yeah,
that was where we lived.
That's it. That's I've talked about it so much, whether it be here, whether it be to other people, about the shit. Like I'm not just saying it because of the show.
Yeah.
Like
no, that's a real thing. Before the show even happened.
But like I legitimately feel like I'm missing something by not having them around anymore.
Having that weird, creepy, eerie, like fucking air.
There's a weird thing, and it's like.
Yeah. Start getting used to it.
My little homies are like gone now. Like,
now you gotta have real friends, ones that are alive.
I just gotta kill somebody in my apartment. I think.
Yeah, it's like brand new. It's literally labeled a suite.
Yeah,
but you killed somebody. But you got to do it in like a romantic way.
Yeah,
it's got to be a fucking crime of passion. Over the balcony.
Yeah,
you shoot them. They show them like they turn around like you shoot them off the balcony. It's got to be a crime of passion to match.
Yeah.
So it's all like rash, hey? Because every ghost
it's all noir everything.
Noir, yeah.
Everybody's wearing fedoras and shit. And I'm just like, man, I didn't need to do this one. Now they're just annoying me.
It's like the only ghosts you have from the time periods are the ones that are wearing fedoras from the noir era, and then like the ones that did it during the scene era. Those are the only two.
My
like,
God,
because they got to match somewhere. The frequency has.
I have Laurel and Hardy, and then I have fucking the dude from Panic at the Disco.
Yeah, yeah, Laurel. Yeah.
Laurel, Hardy, and Brandon.
Vaudeville, and then fucking scene core.
Yeah,
it's all it is. Just mallcore and vaudeville.
That's hell. Give me those dead kids back.
Someone do the fucking Charleston in a pit in the corner, and just fucking
dude.
And today I'm going to do. I'm going to do the Charleston at this Attack show.
I saw a video the other day of some woman talking about that guy, old Dr. Parkenstein.
Oh yeah.
She's like, "Have you seen this guy? You know, he
lives like yes, we have.
He lives in this blah blah blah." And it said something about like proof of like, what's it called? Fucking, my brain's fried.
Does it time travel?
No, just living another life. Yeah. What's it called?
Alternative lifestyle?
No, Buddhism believes in it.
Reincarnation.
Reincarnation.
Okay.
And I'm just like, no, that's just proof of just severe autism.
I'm sure that it's
severe autism. Yeah. He just is obsessed.
We're not knocking the guy.
No, it just is what it is. It's just true. That's what his thing is.
And what's wild about he's having the greatest time.
He's having way better time than I'm having.
He's having a great time.
Way better time.
And it's wild that this is going to be a little edgy, but it's wild that he picked a time period, being a black man, that he picked a time period that is not very good to African Americans.
Not a good look.
Yeah, it's like, damn, dude. All right, well,
he's recreating his own history.
Rewriting history. He's rewriting history.
He's fucking doing his own thing, man.
Good for him though, man. He's having fun building time machines and shit.
Yeah,
and I'm fucking tired.
Yeah, he's having a great time driving a Model A and shit.
Yeah, but I got it to start, and it's like, how mechanics can't do that. You're just a guy.
It's gotta be the most unreliable car. Just get your fucking Dodge Neon from '99.
Your head's coming off if you wreck. Your head's coming off.
Oh yeah.
Your head ain't going to be intact to your body after
he drives a block down. And he's like, well, I can't get anywhere.
It's overheated. That's all I got. It's overheated. You got to piss in the radiator. They used to do that.
I mean, you could do it still to this day.
Yeah, piss in the radiator to get it going. Yeah. He's having a great time. Motherfucker, he's like, I'm convinced it's a bit. I'm convinced he's like, this is gonna be fucking funny because he keeps doing the Charleston.
I mean, he's committed, dude. That's what I was gonna say. Yeah. Somebody commented on that post of that woman talking about it, and they were like, yeah, but he can really pull off the Charleston.
He can, motherfucker. He practices it.
He could. You imagine that loud ass because his house is all old school everything.
It's just upstairs.
So it's just like midnight and you just hear him just shuffling on that hardwood floor.
Just because he lives above like his grandparents or whatever. They're just like, Jesus Christ,
stop,
will you go to sleep? Go to sleep.
Trying to drown him out.
Yeah, it's like, God,
he's up there doing that Charleston again.
Yeah, and it sounds like those videos of like they're like the fake concert videos where you hear all the noise instead of the crowd. Yeah. That's what it sounds like, the shuffling of the feet.
Just shuffling hard as fuck.
Oh, my God, dude. Dude, the Charleston up there just fucking working it, dude. He's in shape from it.
That would be the kind of ghost that I would end up with.
Oh, yeah, dude, the Charleston in the corner.
I'm fucking, I'm like, I'm missing something because, like, they're not all running around and shit, but now it's just annoying.
You can hear him. You can hear him. Hey, Cody. And he talks like that. Today I'm going to do the Charleston while you sleep. You got work at 6 a.m. Fuck.
Why don't you go to work, dude? Leave me alone.
He's down. He's hanging out the antique emporium, drinking them fucking
the old school
pops.
Yeah.
Just fucking.
Got me a soda pop.
It's a cherry Coke, like how they used to make it.
Oh man.
It's like, all right, man, go to sleep. Take a nap somewhere.
Terrible.
You know what I was thinking about today, and I was getting ready. So every day, Nick comes and picks me up. We go get coffee. We come to the studio. It's literally every single day. Sorry, I'm tired. I worked last night. Sorry, dude. And so I was getting ready. I like brushed my teeth and I was changing and stuff, and I'm like fucking dead. But I was thinking about, because I had a real fucking wild dream last night, and it's a real stupid dream. It's a very dumb dream, but I had a dream that I was with Tom in California still, right? So
it's a wild dream.
Yeah. So as we talked about like on the last podcast where I went to California and did the filming for Tom and our buddy Tom Edwards, who owns a production company out there that films for these different studio brands for like music stuff. So like, you know, microphones, blah blah blah. I'm trying to figure out how to be able to describe it, but it's all these different brands that put out different
a lot of audio stuff,
instrument stuff for studios, interfaces, whatever. And they had a big thing at NAMM. I say NAMM, but it's NAMM, where we walked around, blah, blah, blah. That's what I was out there for. But anyway, I had a dream that I was still there, and one of the guests there, because they had some guests there, like they had some people that were producers and stuff, which was wild.
Yeah.
There was one guy, I can't remember what he did. He's done like some of the biggest like hip hop and pop producing like in the world. He's just like a regular guy. And so they do these things, and it was for these speakers, and they had this side room that was built into the like to the their little booth area. It's like a little place you go in. It's like soundproof, and they play. They have these producers play the stuff that they engineered. They use these speakers, or Atmos speakers, is what it was. I believe is what it was. I think that's what it was. I think that's what it was. So it was their engineering and stuff like that. And this guy, a lot of times they'll tell the technique of how they did it.
Yeah.
This guy doesn't. He's just like, he'll smoke his like weed pen, and he'll just be like, and I did this one. And he'll play it. And then like people asking questions, and he'll be like, okay, then this one. And then he'll like hit it, and then he'll just be like, and I did that one.
Just not giving away anything.
Nothing, which is rad. It's fucking sick. Good for you, dude.
Getting paid for a Q&A, and there's just no answers.
Yeah. And anyway, so there's a lot of guests there. I missed out on some people, like the singer of In Flames was there. I didn't get to meet him, that's one of my fucking all-time favorite heavier bands, blah, 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 blah. But I'm getting to the story. So it's like all these people, right? And I haven't thought about that trip in a while. I haven't, even though it just happened, I haven't thought about it in a while. But I had a dream that I was still on that trip, and one of the speakers was Lars from Metallica, right? So this is like a really random fucking thing. And it was me, and it was Nick, and it was somebody else. But it was like a part of the NAMM thing.
Yeah.
And he was doing these. This is so stupid. So this is what the dream was, and it's the most Richter bullshit. So it was me. I think it was me, Nick, and Huffman, our bass player John. I got lost because this happened a lot whenever we were filming. Like they were California walking, so they're just quick going boom, 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 boom.
Yeah.
And I'm Chillicothe walking, where I would get lost.
Yeah.
I was walking my pace, and I would get lost, and I have to find the booth that they were at recording. So Nick and Huffman did that, but they had already met up with Lars and did like their kind of meet and greet with him. It was Lars and his wife, which his wife was just some regular ass woman.
Yeah.
And it was in like a house though, but it was like a basement of a house. It was like a finished basement. It's like a normal like Midwestern finished basement house. And they had already met him, and they were upstairs fucking around with like instruments, right? And I got lost, and I finally found, it took me forever, but it was like a door, and I finally found the door, and the guy was like, yeah, this is where you go in. Knocked on the door, guy answered him, and I was like, yeah, I'm a part of so-and-so, like we did the thing. And like, oh, yeah, okay, cool. So I come in there, and I sit down, and then it was like a meet and greet type thing. It wasn't like an interview. There was no cameras or anything. It was just me and them. Right?
Yeah.
So they're upstairs, and I'm sitting there, dude, and I'm just asking him questions about his life, though. I'm not asking him Metallica questions. I'm asking him, like, what he likes to do and shit. And so I'm like, but I keep talking, and you could clearly see that they didn't want to talk to me anymore.
Yeah.
And I'm asking his wife questions and shit. Dude, in this dream, I was just like, yeah, so, like, where are you
being
from?
annoying in your dream.
But in the dream, I was just like, like, you remind me of someone from, like, the Midwest. Are you from the Midwest? So I just kept saying this shit, dude. And, like, towards the end of it, I just kind of sat there and no one was talking. And we're just sitting there. And it was like 20 minutes, like in the dream, it was like 20 minutes, and I go, yeah, I think I'm going to get out of here, man. Like, so,
what the fuck?
Yeah. And he's just like, he clearly wanted me to leave. But in my dream, Lars was nice about it. He's like, oh, okay, yeah, man. But I'm just like, all right, I'm gonna get out of here. And I was asking like, but it was like real awkward. But like in the dream, I wasn't awkward. Like, but I could tell the situation was awkward. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Where I was just like,
what a weird thing to dream about.
Oh, dude, it gets worse. So then I go upstairs and I get lost in his house. So I'm at his house and I'm lost inside of his house. And so I'm like knocking on the door to have like, you know what I mean? The whole thing, like, is it there? Kind of, where'd you say the bathroom was? Kind of thing, you know? Yeah. So, and he's just like, there. Like, you can tell he's getting frustrated, but I'm like confused, like, you know what I mean? And I'm like, excuse me, sorry to interrupt. God. That whole thing. But that was the whole fucking dream was that. And I was just asking him questions about his personal life. But it was never like edgy shit or things about
just Metallica. Fucking normal shit.
Yeah.
That sounds like a terrible dream.
Have you ever seen this movie? You know, kind of shit.
That sounds like if that happened to me in real life, I'd be so mad.
Yeah, so bad. But I was thinking about it this morning. I'm like, that was like the dumbest. It was a dumb dream, and obviously the dream wasn't as long as it was in the dream. Yeah. But it felt like eternity.
Yeah.
And I wasn't even going to bring this up because I was going to write like a joke about it. But I started thinking about like the concept of like, you know, like that whole idea of like alternate realities where because we were listening to a podcast yesterday on the way to get coffee, and they were talking about that whole concept of like, there's an infinity possibility. So in one world you had died. In one universe you had did this, or one realm or whatever it is. And I was thinking about like, if it's endless realms, this, like I said, this has nothing to do with it, but this is what segued into me thinking about it.
Yeah.
You know, I was like, well, in one realm I did fucking meet up with Lars, and I just kept asking these annoying fucking questions. Because it actually happened.
Because it's infinite. So that fucking
happened. That happened at one point in time.
And you've just been the most annoying person that Lars has ever met.
Yeah, he's just like, Jesus Christ.
Man, like you walk out and he looks over at his wife like, fuck, thank God that's over.
A fucking punishment. But then for some reason and like I said, this is all legitimate like things that I was thinking about. And then I was like, you know, one fucking universe. And I was like, but that's such a stupid. I don't think I believe the infinite, you know, different universes thing.
Yeah.
Because also in some universe that happened, but in another alternate reality, humans are made of wood. You know what I mean? Or something stupid like that. And I don't know why I thought about that. I was like, you know, like humans are... Because in the dream there was something. The reason why I thought about that, in the dream there was a building that was made of like plastic, and they were explaining to me like it was movable, and that's how they can have these things because it's mobile and it's made of a material that not whatever. It's so stupid. Yeah. It's such a stupid thing. But in like I started thinking about like, but in some dreams that fucking, you know, in some universe, I'm made of wood. You know what I mean? And then but I was like, and then there's some universes where I'm the only person made of wood, where everyone else is made of fucking. And I become a celebrity because of it.
Yeah, and there's other universe where you're in Lars's shoes and some other fucking person's being awkward as shit to you.
Awkward as shit. And then I kept thinking about it, like, but then there's also the piggyback off of me being made of wood, where I become a celebrity because I'm the only human made of wood. In some other universe, I'm made of wood and I get beat to death because I'm a freak. You know what I mean? So it's like these things. It's like I don't believe.
Yeah.
I don't believe because they just beat me to death. I didn't make it to the third grade.
I love the thought of that.
I don't believe it because it doesn't make sense to me, and because like this whole idea spawned off of like maybe that dream that I had was
another universe
where I actually was the most annoying.
Yeah,
and Laura's just sitting there like I don't know, man. It's have you ever seen this movie before?
Yeah.
Now I know I'm here to talk about this product that you're using.
Yeah.
But have you ever seen Frailty, the movie Frailty?
Yeah, but have you ever hung out on a porch before?
Yeah, the graphics aren't really the best, but, you know, if you think about the story, it kind of makes sense.
Yeah.
It's just like, you ever see Twister? You know, like.
Just fucking terrible. I do believe in
That's what
infinite universes, though.
I have a hard time believing it just because of. And I understand the concept of infinity is not supposed to be something that you grasp onto.
No, there's no possible way.
Point. That's the point.
Yeah.
That's the point.
Yeah.
But it's hard for me to just, like, accept or hard for me to, like, wrap my head around the idea that if everything's infinity, why did I choose this one?
You don't know that you chose this one, though, because your other one and the other one is conscious, too.
That's so fucking... It just doesn't make sense. I don't know. I understand the idea, but...
Choosing would then go back to the simulation.
But it's too big. I feel like the simulation is more plausible than the Infinity Universe one, just simply because like if everything is infinity, then why is there an end to anything at all?
There's not. We don't know there is. We don't know if there's an end to anything ever.
Now you're just saying shit.
Look at the quantum immortality thing.
I don't even know what that is.
It's where you don't ever die.
Oh hell yeah!
You know, we don't know.
I don't know if I want that.
We don't know that there's ever an end to anything ever. And that would kind of go with the whole idea of the infinite everything, because there is no end.
It's it just kind of goes to something different.
Inside of every universe, or in the center of every universe, is a black hole.
Growling?
No.
I thought I heard your stomach growl. Sorry. Just wondering.
In the center
in a different universe, your stomach did growl, though. Maybe that's what
that's
it
what
is.
I was going to say.
In a different universe.
It's bleeding over.
Yeah, in a different reality. He's hungry. I can't wrap my head around.
Yeah, I just don't get that, man.
I can't wrap my head around that.
That's so crazy.
Yeah, infinity possibilities. in a different realm, his stomach's growling. He's out to lunch with Lars. Interviewing him over a fucking
Anyway, have
BLT.
you ever had a panini?
You ever had a BLT? Lars, or have you ever had a BLT before? You ever eating at Wendy's? Lars, man. JBC, you ever had one?
Have you ever JBC?
And he's sitting with his legs crossed like this, because he's like this,
yeah.
and he's just like, it's like a delicacy.
Oh, dude.
It's like, what is this?
Dude, to be in that situation, to cut off whatever I was saying, to go back into that is a nightmare to me. For me, just be sitting in Lars' basement would be fucking terrible.
It'd be torture to me.
That fucking clip keeps coming up for some reason of him whenever he's sitting in the...
you do it.
The fucking... he's standing there barefoot, and they wheel over his fucking foot. He's in the studio.
Is it some kind of monster thing? I haven't seen that.
It's got to be.
I've never seen that.
Oh my god, it keeps popping up, and
dude, Mike brought it up this week too.
I'll pull it up. Oh my god, dude, yeah, right there. He gets his toe crushed, and it's probably not even that bad, but he overreacts so much that it's like, listen, I know this is the second time that I've brought up autism on this, and there's nothing wrong with it, but his reaction sounds very like autistic. It sounds like the other videos of people like autistic people.
I've never
look at his look and hear his reaction here. He just gets his toe wheeled over, but yeah, go ahead.
Here, let me tell you something that we got to fix drum-wise.
Ow! Don't fucking ever do that again, ever.
Would you put some fucking shoes on?
Don't tell me what to do. You shouldn't put your foot under his wheel.
Okay, now can I show you the flaw in the drumming?
And that's it. That's all it is.
But don't ever fucking.
It's such an overreaction.
Just loses his fucking
why
mind.
does he not have shoes on?
Yeah, why are you
just walking around there barefoot,
dude,
feet smelling and shit?
I have such a love-hate feeling for Lars, because I
hate him, dude. Don't you ever fucking do that again, ever.
He's such a character. Like I love Lars, dude.
I can't stand him.
And he's a legend, and he was right about the Napster shit. He was right. I think everyone can agree now. He was fucking right. Ow! Don't ever fucking do that again, ever.
I can't stand him. I can't fucking stand him. Anyway, so that keeps popping up on my shit.
Lars.
And all I can think about is just how fucking miserable I would be in that situation.
I bet he's hell to be with in the studio. I bet he's
the
fucking
worst.
impossible.
And I bet he always has.
Oh, yeah.
From fucking day one, he's always probably been hell.
What a hilarious not demographic. What's it called? Dichotomy?
Yeah.
Is that what it's called?
Yeah.
Fuck. But yeah, that dream was weird. That dream was very fucking weird.
You just had a dream of a normal situation.
Normal situation. Talking to normal people.
Yeah.
But it's Lars and his
but
wife.
It's Lars.
His wife was like kind of fat. That's why I was like, you're from the Midwest.
That's what triggered the conversation.
Yeah. She
throws you off. You're just like, oh, this guy knows. This guy's been to the bar.
Yeah. It was a weird dream, man. But I started thinking about that, and like, it really did spawn off of that, because in the dream, like I said, like I was talking to some dude about one of the buildings, and then one of the buildings, he's like, oh, this is made of a different material, blah, 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 because we don't, and I know that sounds fucking crazy, but it kind of comes into play with the idea of like, oh, and in this dream, these buildings are made all of just like this really thin plastic we can just move around, and it was like full houses and shit.
Yeah.
So I was like, that don't make any sense. And I started thinking about, like I said, it was stupid, I know, but I was like getting dressed and I was thinking about like, in a different reality that fucking might have happened. That's why I had that dream, because it's like a look into a memory that I had in a different fucking.
There's people that believe that. I mean, that's a thing. That's a whole theory. I don't put much on dreams. There's certain dreams where I'm like, oh, there's something to.
Oh, dude,
there's other dreams that are just fucking so. That's such a crock of shit.
Yeah.
That it's just like there's no way this is anything but just a weird jumble of whatever I've thought about for the last week.
Dude, I've had dreams where I've like shot cartoon guns and shit. Yeah. You know what I mean? That were literally drawn.
Yeah.
Like like
no.
That's not really deep. I'm shooting it's looking like Who Framed Roger Rabbit. You know what I mean?
Sure.
And it's like, it's like, that's not really.
There's no way. Maybe some of them bleed through, but other ones just like.
Yeah, some of them just made up
how
shit.
Fucked up your brain is.
Yeah. Dude, I'll make up all kinds of shit in my dreams.
Oh, yeah.
Dude, it's either the worst shit that ever happened to me or the best shit that ever happened. There's never just normalcy.
Dude,
like
there's been things that I've been stoked about in dreams, and I woke up and I'm
so
like, why was I stoked about that?
Yeah.
Like,
dude, I've had dreams about shit that I thought was real.
Yeah.
And I was so excited that I got so depressed. I was like, oh no.
Like I dream that my life's normal, and I wake up into hell.
It's like, oh no. I fucked up. I woke up.
Yeah. The worst ones. Have you ever lucid dreamed?
Uh-uh.
Where you control it?
No.
I have a couple times. I got real into it like back I don't know, like early 2010s, something like that. Like if you see, it's a really classic thing. Like if you somehow see in your dream that like you see a clock, the numbers are never right. Like it might be
like AI generated.
It might kind of no 100% actually. So like it might it's say 1430.
Yeah.
And it's like, well, that's not right. And if you see that is not right, then you can kind of take control of your dream because you can tell that you're in a dream.
Oh, okay.
So like if you
almost
look over,
almost like a focus point.
Yeah. So like if you're in a kitchen and you see a fucking stove, the numbers on the stove don't make any sense. And the second that it doesn't make any sense, you know that you're in a dream and you can control
Brings you
it.
back to reality.
Yeah, you can either wake up, you have to fight against waking up because a lot of people will wake up as soon as they realize it.
Yeah.
Or you can kind of control it, and then it's wild.
I've never had anything like that. I mean, I've had like night terrors.
Yeah.
I remember bringing that up when I was in high school to one of my science teachers. I'm not going to say which one, but it was a specific science teacher. And someone goes, keep in mind, I'm fucking, at this point, almost an adult. I was 17. So it's not like I was like some kid like, I had sleepy time. You know what I mean? And they're just like, what?
Yeah.
I was like, whenever I was a little kid, I was like, I used to have night terrors. And somebody was like, what's a night terror? You mean nightmare? And the teacher like spoke up. She's like, some people call things differently. He's talking about a nightmare. I go, no,
bitch.
I was like, no. I was like, no. This is a different thing.
As a grown-ass person, that's a teacher, didn't know there was a fucking difference.
A science teacher.
That's why I have no faith in anything ever.
Yeah.
I have no fucking faith in
I go, no. I go, it's a real thing. I was like, it's called night terror. It's a fucking. I go,
it's been a thing for a long
time.
I
go, it's a real thing. It's not like a nightmare. It's a thing that happens like to a lot of, especially like males when they're kids, and you're awake. You're fully awake, and you start to have like a panic attack but you're like asleep, so you're seeing these things happen.
Yeah, and a lot of it goes along with paralyzation too.
Yeah.
You can't
move.
You're awake, but you're asleep. Your body's not caught up with the fact you're awake and you can't move.
Right. And a lot of times, like I've had the same one I've only had the one, and it's the same thing every single time I have one. And what it is I'm laying there and I can't move, and everything's growing around me. So like the couches are growing, and I'm basically like it's like the room is getting smaller, but I'm staying the same shape, you know. And I start to have a panic attack. It's like a very, very much a claustrophobic kind of feel.
Yeah.
And I've had it since I was a kid, but I didn't have them for like, decades. I haven't had one for like 20 some years. And I had one whenever I had a really, really bad fever. I was real bad sick about 3 weeks ago.
Yeah.
I had that flu shit that was like going around. and I had a super high fever for like 4 days straight. And I had one, and I haven't had one in, like I said, like since I was like fucking 13, maybe 14.
Jesus.
Yeah. And dude, it was wild because like I was like able to calm myself down because it's all anxiety is what it is.
Yeah.
It's like it's basically a panic attack in your sleep, but you're like aware of what's going on. And I had one, and it was weird because it's like, you know, in the concept of being like lucid, like, you know, it's not.
Yeah.
But I wasn't dreaming because like it was more of a feeling than it is anything. Like,
yeah.
But you think you're seeing things grow. Like for me anyway.
I've had it without sleep.
Oh,
like,
really?
I've had just panic attacks that just do it, like laying in bed.
Yeah.
Like
tunnel vision and shit.
The way that I can describe it is like fucking like Bobby's World.
Yeah.
The cartoon Bobby's World.
Yeah.
There was like multiple times whenever he's like fucking riding around and things are like fucking big around him.
Yeah.
That and I think another show, like maybe Rugrats or something like that. There's like another thing like where they're fucking small and everything's like growing and like big. I've had that without the sleep. It's just like panic attacks have just triggered that, like laying in bed and it's just like things are like lurching over.
Yeah.
And I think it might be maybe the like you said, like tunnel vision, and what it is it's changing the aspect of things, and it's making it feel like it's growing
weird
up
because
and around.
it's always like furniture and shit.
Yeah,
like the everyday shit is just growing.
Yeah,
and you feel like you can't breathe because it's like taking over so much room. But like that's the closest thing I've had to anything that was like a lucid dream, just because I knew it was going on. I was like trying to calm myself down. But yeah, like you said, it's almost like your body's asleep because you can't move, but you're.
So a lot of people think that the like shadow demons and shadow creatures are nothing but night terrors.
Oh, really?
Because a lot of times whenever those pop up, it is you're in a sleep paralysis.
Yeah.
And you can't do anything about it.
Yeah.
I don't think so. I think that's a real thing.
I
think
so
that
too.
I think that I think you are awake, and I think the sleep paralysis might be the fact that it's a fucking demonic figure, and they're stopping you from doing it.
I mean, I've told you the fucking story a million times about all those fucking shadow things that I was seeing at my grandma's house, and then our buddy, who's an extremely religious man, randomly got a hold of me, wanted to come over. Randomly, I haven't talked to him in years, and he came over, and his reason was because he said that he thinks that the house that I moved in has demons.
Yeah.
And I'm like, hey man, can we just play Xbox?
Yeah. Can we?
You know what has
ignore
demons?
That part?
This video game.
Yeah.
Let's kill them here.
Yeah. That's what I was going to say about how I had moved out of my old house. So there's the people that are moving into it. It's becoming like a halfway house.
Hell yeah.
And all I can think about is the fact there's going to be. They are fucked. They are fucked.
They are fucked. When
they are going to be
seeing
so many things. They are all going to go back.
They're going back. Taking their jackets off, fighting everything.
Yeah.
Everything.
It's going to be so bad because they're. So here's the thing. It's like if you believe in any of that stuff, a lot of times those things attach whenever there is somebody in a weak frame of mind or dives into the darker side of things, whether it be heroin or whether it be witchcraft. Like, I mean,
who's just a fucking pussy. Only pussy see demons.
There's a chance that they will have more activity than we ever had.
Oh, yeah, because they're all meth and shit.
Because they're all fucked up.
Yeah, yeah.
Or
dude.
not even fucked up, just withdrawn.
Yeah. What? Or they they get fucking scared straight. Shadow demons,
scared straight. Second Street.
I fuck like dudes that you in prison, or I fuck like dudes like you in prison, and it's a shadow demon,
swollen shit.
Yeah,
like
pants sagging off his ass.
Yeah,
what are you doing? What the fuck you doing? Can't even see his face. Fucking dude. Goddamn shadow demons just straight up fucking
just fucking
fucking scared straight, dude.
Fucking get that Kool-Aid out, son.
Yeah, put them on their lips.
They're just all. Yeah. The owner's like, "What the fuck?"
MTV we should let filming there.
Yeah. The owner's just like, "Fucking call me back." Like, "Hey, can we get you to move back in?"
Yeah, man.
This isn't working out.
This ain't working out, man. Yeah, dude. Like, that is a whole fucking thing because they legitimately are gonna be fucked up. So they're seeing things anyway.
Yeah. But there's gonna be the second, like it's one thing whenever you deal with like the shadow demons and stuff.
Yeah.
But like the kid ones,
that's gonna
fuck them up. And how many of them?
How many of them? It's either going to make them fucking scared or excited. You know what I'm saying?
Oh.
There's going to be some mixed emotions in that house.
It's gonna be either scared, excited, or one's gonna cry because they haven't seen their kid in fucking 4 or 5 years.
Yeah, or one of them's just gonna be.
One of them's gonna be.
One of them's gonna be a little. They are. if we're gonna be honest here, if we're gonna touch all realities here,
they're gonna touch all realities,
infinity realities here.
Those those poor kids from like 1912 are gonna be like, what the fuck?
We didn't do this.
No, get me out of here.
Why are you doing that?
Send me on to hell. I'm tired of limbo.
Yeah, I'll just go to hell. I'll just go to hell. This is way worse than hell. Fuck it.
Oh man.
Goddamn, fuck it. They're just pissed off because all the layers that they wore back in the day.
Yeah,
man, take forever. Take it forever. The
drugs
drugs are wearing off.
The fuck is this?
What the fuck is this shit? Why do you got a petticoat on? Why do you got a coat on?
It's hot in here. Take that off.
What are you wearing a coat for? Fucking dude.
So fucked up, man. Why did it go that way?
Fucking, he's like, he gets busted with these Polaroids, and it's just orbs.
It's just orbs.
But he sees something different. It's like, man, I hope they don't catch these. I hope they don't fucking. I hope I don't get busted.
Oh, don't get busted with these. It's just fucking. It's just corners of the room. Just fucking.
A fucking
just a 3 foot tall orb over the fucking.
It's a bed, and all the fucking comforters all messed up, and it's just an orb. Like, what the fuck? He's laying next to an orb. He's like laying with his arm around it. It's like, God.
Yeah, if I walks in on somebody, find him. Hey, put that down. Fuck you, find that. They're just like, what the fuck, man? I swear to God, I didn't know.
But hey, man, he told me he was 18. This orb told me he was 18. It's so fucking gross, dude. Oh.
What the fuck? We come back after a month, and this is what we bring back to you guys.
I need to stop joking about that.
Yeah,
people are going to start thinking it happened to me.
Yeah,
and I just keep joking. I'm trying to compensate for being molested as a child.
Did you ever hear Richter was a dead kid once?
Did you ever hear
got touched as a dead kid?
Did you ever hear his petticoat story in this reality? There's a difference, infinity reality.
So here's the thing: one of them
he got molested. So he was in the fucking
after he was dead.
It was 1812, and he was on.
Man, he died from Spanish flu. It took 100 years to get to him, but they got him.
But they got him. Fucking got him.
Man, you have one of the fucking ghosts since it was since it used to be a couple of things and fucking like government office buildings and all that shit. One of the orbs is like a counselor.
Oh yeah, he's talking to all the other orbs.
Fucking just like,
you tell me what happened.
You can tell me.
You can tell me. I promise you. I promise you, I ain't gonna tell the other orbs.
God. Anyway, Jesus.
So stupid.
So my whole intent of bringing that up, I was just explaining why we hadn't been on here in a while. Between the fucking move, you then got sick, and then I got sick last week. Same thing. It was rough, dude. It has been crushing people.
I don't know what it is. I think it's just a real bad flu, and I think
I got flu A is what
they
tested me. I popped a positive for flu A.
Yeah. I can't compete.
It was exactly like the first time I had COVID, though.
Yeah.
It was shitty. Dude, I just didn't move for 5 days.
I think that's probably what I had. I didn't do like the flu test, but I did a COVID test, and it came back negative for COVID, so I just assumed it's what it was.
Yeah.
Because it was the fucking classic, like, oh, this is really bad.
Yeah. Yeah.
But it was on a different level. Like, I haven't been that sick since the first time I got COVID.
Yeah.
Like you said, like I was down for fucking. I mean, I had a fever like that. Medicine couldn't even.
Get
away for 3 days.
Well, I have a fucking bad tendency of not taking any meds. I just raw dog it.
Yeah, same.
And so I was just frying my brain anyway. I don't know how many days of a high fever. I'm probably dead now.
Yeah, I'm probably one of the fucking ghosts, dude, up in your old apartment. Shit.
Yeah.
Trying to go back to when things were fun.
Yeah.
Just fucking, hey man, now listen,
you don't understand, man.
It used to be real fun. Here's
this
what
place
we can do.
Fucking sick.
We used to go to these places, and we used to be called the Loud Boys Bar and Grill. Yeah. It's all these different places.
Yeah.
So it was like at one point in time, like you said, it was a counseling center. One point in time, it was like a fucking
orphanage. Shit.
One point in time, it was a fucking health department for soldiers that were dying in the Revolutionary War, whatever it was. And then another time, it was the Loud Boys Bar and Grill. Yeah. Those are like the only four, though.
The old haunts.
Those are the only four.
Yeah.
It's not like a whole bunch of shit. It was like these things that were real important than the Loud Boys Bar and Grill.
Some may argue that's equally as important.
I do for sure. But all the realities blend together, so like you're still seeing everything combined.
Yeah.
So like one room, there's all these hospital beds.
Yeah.
In one room, there's like a desk, and it's all these this counseling center. In another room, it's a fucking it's like a fucking padded room for like crazy people. In the other room, it's just an empty room with computer speakers. That's all it is.
Computer speakers with an aux cords in it.
That's all it is.
Fucking stains on the floor.
And 40 people in that one room.
Man, I don't know why we can't get rid of the cigarette smell.
Yeah, I don't understand.
It's a loud voice lives on, man. It fucking lives on.
Through eternity.
Jesus, man.
But yeah, we've been sicker and shit. All of us have. Everyone I know has it.
I sent you a clip here. It's not a loud voice. I just thought about it. I, for some reason, forgot about it to send it the first time.
What's
not to jump. Not that I want to jump straight on it. Oh, Jesus.
Oh, Jesus.
Why does it do that shit?
What's it say? Select.
The same too. So yeah. Yeah. So it's kind of pushed things back a little bit, but we're back now.
No! Is there a new one?
Yeah, for sure.
No shit.
So I had a lot of things lined up for it, and then I dropped a little bit for this episode. I dropped a little bit off because we were going to talk about the JFK files, but we are going to hold off on that because there's a lot of shit that's still coming out, and we have a big episode coming up. So we'll talk about that a little later. Right now, I have a couple of things. This is just yesterday, I think it was. Just popped up yesterday. So, those of you that have listened to us, or just probably anybody who listens to us, I would assume has probably heard of these things. So, a couple years ago, 2 or 3 years ago, I think it was, the monoliths were popping up all over the place. And they were, there was no explanation. There was one of them, I forget where it was now, that had like armed guards.
Yeah,
because they had no explanation, and while the guards were watching it, it disappeared. It went away. Now this one just popped up. Haven't seen them in years. This one popped up in Vegas, just outside of Vegas. You can go ahead and fire it up here.
It's 12. A 12-foot monolith appeared out of nowhere right outside Las Vegas. No warning, no explanation, and yeah, authorities are freaking out. Yo, if you're familiar with Vegas, you know the 7 Magic Mountains, right? That colorful rock installation tourists love taking selfies with. Well, imagine driving past it at night and suddenly, boom, there's a massive metallic monolith just standing there like it dropped out of another dimension. And here's the weird part. Nobody saw it being placed. No trucks, no cranes, no security footage. Authorities have no clue how it got there. They've confirmed it will be removed soon, but right now, they're investigating because, let's be real, stuff like this doesn't just appear without someone or something putting it there. And if this sounds familiar, it's because monoliths like this have been popping up randomly all over the world for the past few years. Utah, Romania, California, and every time, no one knows who put them there. So is this just some elaborate art prank, or is something else going on? Because let's be honest, if this was just art, someone probably would have taken credit by now, but they haven't. And that's what makes this so unsettling. What do you think though? Government experiment, alien signal, or just the weirdest marketing stunt ever? Let me know in the comment section. If you made it to the end, drop a double I.
Dude, yeah, I mean,
now, obviously this one is a little bit I would like to believe it. This one's a little bit more possible to be just an art installation because of where it's at.
I get that, but they all look absolutely identical. Every single one of them.
Yeah, for sure. 100%. Just to play devil's advocate, though.
Yeah.
It wouldn't be hard to just make a stainless steel box to look like that. And it is, like I said, it's at an art place. It's at a place where there's a bunch of colorful rocks. So, just to play devil's advocate, it would make sense for this one just to be something that somebody placed there as an art thing.
Yeah. Banksy.
It's all Banksy.
It's all Banksy.
But the desert's a wild place.
Yeah.
And there's more sightings of crazy shit in the desert than most other places.
I mean, one of the other monoliths was in like a fucking desert. It was like Arizona, wasn't
yeah.
it? Yeah.
I thought. Yeah,
right?
maybe.
Yeah, it was like Arizona.
Yeah.
Or no, was it a different country?
No, there was one in a different country, but there was one here that was in a desert, but I can't remember where it was.
But no one's like, everyone's just like, oh, it was an art project, and then they stop talking about it. It's like, dude, like, why are we just pretending that these answers are so easy?
Well, there was somebody that came out and claimed they were the ones that did it. But that's also, man, there's people that claim they killed John Benet Ramsey.
I know, yeah, they didn't.
You know,
right,
there's
right,
people
right.
that claim they were responsible for 100 murders and they killed one.
Yeah.
You know, so it's like there's people that will just claim things.
Especially because they get something from it.
Yeah.
Because it's like, oh, okay, well, I can't go to jail for this one. I'm gonna say I did it so that way I get some attention or likes. Or
People
something.
do anything just to be on fucking like TV.
Yeah, I mean the classic thing of back in the day when people would fucking kill people just to be, literally like, be celebrities because of it.
Yeah. It's wild. Not even to gain any money or anything at all, any value.
You're actually losing shit. Yeah.
But I don't think that I want to say, if I remember right, that the people who claimed they had done it, there was never any proof that they had done it. They never really explained anything.
Yeah.
But we have another one, and I don't like the fact that the Vegas authorities are saying that they're going to take it down. I'd like to see just what happens.
Yeah.
Let's just put a fucking 24-hour webcam on it.
That's the thing, is none of them will do any of that stuff.
Yeah.
That's why it makes me so mad, is none of these people will – you want to say these things, but you also don't want to prove it too. You know what I mean? Nobody wants to prove what it is.
Yeah, exactly.
And I think there's a reason why.
Just put a 24-hour webcam on it so we can watch it at all fucking times. Somebody will – there'll always be somebody watching it.
Yeah.
If I fucking watch it for 12 hours, fall asleep, wake up, it's gone, somebody else has the clip of it going somewhere. It's a simple fix, really.
Yeah.
Unless
they're covering it up.
There is
because if
real,
you remember, like, that stuff started popping up, and then it was the actual like UAPs and shit.
Yeah.
Like that was before.
Yeah.
It's almost like a signal, like.
I mean, you know.
And the power station's under fucking.
Yeah, exactly. So the next one, and I don't know why I didn't send this either. When you started talking about it, as soon as that's why I wanted to fucking bring this up first before we go on to that. You start bringing it up at the very beginning of the podcast. The mothership.
Yeah.
It feeds into this. Not really, because it's on the other coast, but it's a weird one.
Hey Nick, will you turn that down in the headphones a little bit?
The drone thing kind of fell off a little bit.
Yeah.
It's still been going on every night. There's still been people that are posting things every fucking night. You know, you wonder, maybe are these monoliths like a signal to something? Yeah. Is it maybe a underground power station, and all they have to do is go up over top of it?
Almost.
You know, yeah. And you
like
know,
an antenna almost.
Yeah, and we look at things like I said, it's on the other coast. But what if that power goes all the way to the other coast? What if it's a 3,000-mile radius of power?
Well, dude, I mean, we have pyramids and people, the pyramids all over the world that are clearly before modern technology, obviously, that look absolutely identical.
Yeah.
And there's no way possible that they ever met each other as far as the people that build it, that they're saying build it. So, like it's literally physically impossible for them. Like, they're so far apart that if they traveled with the most that we know of, if they traveled with the technology they have for travel, whether it be horse buggy, whether it be on a fucking horse, whether it be a carriage, whether it be just walking, that they would die of old age before reaching those places.
Multiple generations. Like, it's physically impossible to get to there. By boat, they had no fucking clue what they were doing at that time. And there's shit that goes back before they had boats that could sail across the ocean. So there's this mothership that pops up over in Daytona.
Yeah.
This was
hell yeah.
I love the fact it's in Daytona. Yeah. That's and it was like during bike week and shit.
Oh,
fucking just
doing a burnout. The spaceship's doing a burnout contest. You got a spaceship going in. There's like a fucking alien trying to do the hot dog thing on the back of it.
But that happened. So this mothership comes up, like a week or so ago, and then that monolith pops up. Is there a chance that it's communicating with something that's all the way over on the other coast?
Right.
That's probably Nevada is probably 2,000 miles away from Daytona. I feel like maybe. We don't to say anything like, well, that sounds crazy. You can't even say that sounds crazy because there is none of this. It all sounds crazy. None of it's realistic.
Right.
So, like, is there some sort of a thing the monolith is giving off? And this thing is speaking to all the way on the other coast.
Dude, for sure. Dude, we got satellites.
We have satellites.
We have fucking satellites. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Low Earth orbits that's giving people Wi-Fi.
Well, fuck it. Yeah. Exactly, dude.
Yeah, go ahead and play that.
Oh, pause it for a second. Hold on real quick before you do that. Because here's the thing. If you think about it on this like, so we have. So hear me out. I'm not saying this is obviously like a plausible thing, but if there's satellites up, who's to say there's not satellites down?
Yeah,
you know
100%. Yeah.
Like, what if the monoliths are tapped into like almost like a fucking plug,
like a grid,
and everything's wired underneath.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Yeah, and maybe whenever it pops up, it's getting something from the atmosphere.
Yeah, it's all communication from the center of the Earth because that's where aliens are actually at.
Makes sense.
You know what I'm saying?
Especially whenever we get onto the next subject of those pyramids.
Yeah, exactly.
So here's this mothership.
Hit it.
Oh my God! What the fuck? What is it doing?
No, I can't record me.
I can't do it.
They're flying around. There's 2 lines now.
Oh, it's flying around it. It's flying around.
There's 2 lines now.
It's so many of them.
My heart is beating.
Okay, hold on. Okay, let me get out for you.
My heart coming out my chest right now, bro. My heart coming out my chest right now.
Y'all got real alien activity going on. They circling that it came out of the ocean. That is not a moon and it is not a sun. It's 10 o'clock at night. I seen it come out of the ocean, y'all. There are fucking ships. I don't know what the fuck these are. They're flying around it. They're circling it. There's one above it. There's one on each side of it. There's one right there. There's one right there. Y'all can't see them. I don't know if y'all see them blinking. Do you see them? Okay, they're going towards that. We seen it come out of the fucking sea. We seen the.
I fucking believe them.
Yeah,
because they obviously we don't know who it is, but their reaction is how like I would react. Like, dude, like what the fuck?
What the fuck is that?
What the fuck?
Coming up out of the ocean? Yeah. I know Daytona real well, and there really isn't anything out there.
Yeah,
like there's nothing like a it's not like there's a fucking oil rig off to the out right there that you can potentially like it just lit up.
Kind of just like
maybe you have a cruise ship that fucking that pop their shit up.
High. There's sky between. That's the thing is you can see sky between the light and the ocean,
and it wouldn't raise up.
Yeah, and even if it was like, oh, it's just because it's tall to the distance, but there you can see sky between the two things. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like the ocean's here, and then there's an orb here, like a fucking light source, and you can see the sky between the two.
And the size difference.
Yeah.
If you were to call the little ones helicopters, then that one would be the size of, I don't know, a football field.
Yeah.
You know, that there's a massive size difference between the main one and the little ones around it.
Yeah.
That one's a weird one. And of course there's no explanation.
Weird,
but
there's so many things that have been popping up like that where people kind of just, I think that the powers that be that are in power now, whether it's like the government, whether it's world government, whatever it may be, and I know this sounds fucking kind of like another crazy thing to say, but I think that they are relying on the fact of disbelief because of how ridiculous the internet is.
Yeah.
I think that AI might have plays a role in acceleration of AI so that they can use that as an excuse.
Yeah.
I
agree with that for sure. I mean, I think that whether it be accelerated to be used as an excuse or a convenient timing.
Yeah, convenient timing. Taking advantage of it.
Of course, you never let a good crisis go to waste.
Right.
And they are not letting it go to waste. They also don't need to do anything. They don't need to say anything themselves because human beings, citizens, get on there and say, "Well, nope, that's what
bullshit.
that is."
That's bullshit.
Because people are scared of the
what
unknown.
It is. That's 100% what it is. And we know people in our personal lives that are all about certain things like this. And then the second that there's any type of proof or any type of confirmation, they don't believe it.
Yep.
And it's like, because you're fucking afraid.
You're afraid.
I know that's what it is. It has to be
exactly.
What that is.
And no matter how into it you were, you're afraid whenever any of it turns into a reality.
I know we've brought this up a ton, but I have talked to people that they act like it is the most insane thing to even fucking entertain this shit.
Yeah.
They don't want to talk about it.
Yeah.
What?
Just admit that you're scared.
Yeah.
And it's okay to be worried about the unknown.
Yeah, I think it's freaky. I'm scared of it.
Yeah, you know, you shouldn't. It's not normal.
Yeah.
You shouldn't. Your brain doesn't know how to react to it.
It doesn't know how to
react. But to shut it down after speaking on it and being into it, now it's you don't even want to just address it because it's whatever. No, man. No.
How easy that would be.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like how fucking, if you want to talk about some sort of a fucking luxury to just completely be like, that shit is bullshit. JFK files are bullshit. Everything, there is no crazy shit going on. Everything is just what it is, and you're seeing it, and I'm okay with it. What a fucking luxury that would be.
Just to shut it down and just be like, nah,
I'm going to work.
Yeah,
that's it.
I can't. I'll obsess with it at work.
Yeah.
I can't shut it off because it's
too fucked up. Everything's too
also
fucked up.
so fucking important.
Yeah.
This is all important. So in some way, somehow, it is all fucking important. I don't care how scared you are, how much you just don't want to agree because you always want to be on fringe society instead of all the normal shit. But it is a massive thing in mankind.
Yeah. Oh, dude, for sure. It's a shift.
It's everything, that we have been chasing since consciousness.
Yeah.
Is there more out there?
Dude, pop culture has completely shifted because of the unknown.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. And I mean, it's like same thing. I've talked about this before, but the whole simulation theory, I have had just numerous conversations with people that shut it down. It's because they're scared of it.
Yeah.
Because they're scared of what the potential of it is. And yes, you can push back without being scared for sure. But there's some conversations that I have with people that it's obvious what it is.
I mean, yeah, like I push back on the infinity.
Yeah.
I just it's and I admitted that it's because it doesn't make sense to me, like that there's a beginning and end, but there's also not. You know what I mean? That kind of thing. It's too open ended for me to wrap my head around, but I also have that with everything.
Yeah.
I'm not black and white in the sense of everything has to be cut and dry, but I have this thing where I have a hard time dealing with justifiable things.
Yeah. Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So like whenever someone does something and they literally do it just to be doing it.
Yeah.
I'm like, there's got to be a reason. And they're like, no. And I'm like, no, there has to be a reason. You know what I'm saying? I have a hard time understanding that sometimes things just happen.
Yeah.
Or people do things just to be doing them.
Yeah. Yeah.
Whether it's relationship shit or whether it's like friendship stuff. You know what I mean? Like,
and the truth is there's a lot of things that happen just because.
Just because.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's kind of like what you had said, loosely based on like what you said about ending.
Yeah.
Like, nobody ever told us there was an end to anything ever.
Yeah.
We want to put a bookend on things, and that's not true.
Right.
We know nothing.
Yeah.
We are a couple people sitting in an apartment or sitting in a studio with billions of people around a globe that's just going through space.
Right.
We know nothing.
Yeah.
We don't fucking have any tap into fucking anything. There's possibly nobody here that knows a fucking thing about anything ever in all of the universe.
The older I get, the more I'm like, I know that's like a cliche, almost like a fucking Facebook meme.
Yeah.
But the whole, like, I thought, our parents figured it, how to figure it out. Then
you realize that nobody knows anything?
Nobody knows nothing.
Nobody knows anything.
Nobody knows anything.
And that's like I heard it put the other day, and it's a really good thing. It's like a really good point. It's like the paradox of like the Fermi paradox where there's nothing out there.
Yeah.
And it's what is scarier? Is it there's something out there or there's nothing out there, because they're both equally fucking scary.
Yeah.
We're either alone or we're not.
Yeah.
Well, that's also the exact same way of thinking about somebody knowing what's going on. It is equally scary that somebody is up there pulling the puppet strings to make something work, as it is that we are all just floating around and nobody's doing anything.
And everybody dumber than dog shit.
Yeah.
Dumber than fucking hell.
To the top of the deep state, there's a potential that nobody knows anything at all.
Yeah.
That is equally as scary as some dark guy in a fucking back room that's calling in fucking hits. You know, it's all, we might not know anything, so we're all kind of throwing this out there. But there's so many fucking people that push back because of being scared.
Yeah.
There's no reason to be scared because none of this matters anyway.
Yeah, I mean, nothing anybody can do.
It's super important. It is one of the massive. It matters because it matters in our existence.
Yeah.
But it doesn't matter because when we die, we die. You know, it's like it could all turn into whatever hellscape, or it can all be we just don't actually die, or you know whatever.
I mean, that whole idea that we're actually in hell.
Yeah.
That's just existing is just fucking hell. Yeah. I agree with that one.
Yeah. I mean, it's I could see it. But like, to be scared of it's weird.
Yeah.
I guess I don't know. I don't want to say you should be scared, whatever. But to push back on it because you're scared is weird. To argue it to the death.
To deny it because you're scared. Because that just being scared is one thing, but to deny something because you're scared of it when there's some things that are kind of factual.
Yeah.
That's what makes me mad. That just means that you would rather just bury your head in the sand.
Yeah.
You're pissed that other people aren't.
Yeah.
Because they get pissed. A lot of these people get pissed.
They get fucking mad. They get fucking mad. And that's where, and generally, I feel like I just keep going around the same thing, but generally the ones whenever it turns into a thing where they're getting mad, that generally whenever I'm like, oh, you're just scared.
Yeah.
You're scared, and that's it. And you will not open your mind to anything out there, any alternative facts, I guess, because you're scared of whatever. It doesn't disprove religion. It doesn't disprove it doesn't disprove anything.
Yeah. But
you can look into it. So, that being said, we get on to what just fucking happened this week.
Yeah.
So, the pyramid shit.
Fake news.
So, experts are bullshit. I mean, we know how.
What experts? It always says experts. That's it.
It's the big fucking archaeologists.
Yeah.
The ones that hate Graham Hancock. And they're not all like this, but they tie into something. Experts, archaeologists. There's big archaeology out there that wants to fight so hard against something that they learned because they don't want to go and discover it.
If somebody's making money off of it, there's going to be a big institute that is controlling it.
Yeah.
That's how it is.
Absolutely.
Everything.
Yeah.
There is big dentistry. We know that.
Yeah.
Like they clearly know that these things aren't working, but it keeps them in business.
I had a doctor that was acting like he was fucking mad because of the things that I'm doing to my back after telling me that my back is getting better because of the things I'm doing.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. No, I know.
You know, like, so these pyramids. So this, they did something like this like 2 years ago. But there's a there's a group of people who did these. They're essentially using sound waves to...
it's like map it out, right?
To map it out to these pyramids. It's like sonography, I think it is, like sonograms, where they send these sound waves through the pyramids, and they went deeper underneath the pyramids, and they found some wild shit, man. It's crazy. It goes into the whole theory that's always kind of been about them being power stations.
Yeah.
I think it kind of solidifies that.
Yeah.
I can read this article if you want to blow it up a little bit. So I don't know where this article goes, but I think it should explain at least what they said. That should be good right there.
I can't see shit, so.
All right. This is an article from the New York Post, which, believe what you want from the New York Post, but this is a real thing that happened. Researchers claim they discovered the legendary halls of Amenti in a vast city beneath Egypt's pyramids of Giza. A wild theory that has perplexed archaeological experts who dismiss the claims as fake news. Italian and Scottish scientists studying the pyramid of Khafre, I think, say the groundbreaking study has redefined the boundaries of satellite data analysis and archaeological exploration. According to spokesperson Nicole, Piccolo, aptly named the Khafre Project, Corrado Malanja from Italy's University of Pisa and Filippo Biondi of the University of, oh my God, there's too much. Whatever, Strathclyde of Scotland led the expedition to discover the Giza Plateau's second largest pyramid.
That's just crazy to look at.
They're just so fucking nuts.
Yeah.
Anyway, and then you have these pictures, or we have what it is now, and a lot of people don't understand that it used to be even covered. It was covered with a fucking like a sheetrock covering over the whole thing, so it was slick.
Yeah,
it didn't have you couldn't see the rocks.
What freaks me out is seeing the old pictures. Like you see a picture like this because we've seen this so much that this right here. Yeah. It's just because that's what that is. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But then you see that same exact kind of angle from a photo in 1920.
Yeah.
And it looks the same.
Yeah.
And it's oh, fuck.
Yeah.
Because I can't even wrap my head around that, let alone thousands of years.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, that's just 100 years.
Yeah.
All right, scrolling down there. Okay. Scientists said they located 5 small room-like structures inside the pyramid using synthetic aperture radar, SAR technology. One structure contained a sarcophagus mistakenly thought to be the pharaoh's tomb, the team said in a press release. Now, I don't believe that they're tombs.
Fucking alien tombs.
You think so?
Maybe.
Probably.
I mean, Indian burial mounds that we had where they were fucking just piles,
Yep. I don't believe that they're tombs. I don't think that they are.
Do you think they're just straight up power stations?
Yep.
Or launching points or something like that? What if it opens up and they're fucking...
Good. The newly discovered structures are connected to pathways that lead below the surface and are believed to expose hidden rooms and wells underneath the 4,500-year-old world wonder.
Insane.
4,500 years old.
It's fucking insane.
Electromagnetic signals were turned into oh my God. Phononic. Phoebe Bridgers. Data that unveiled larger infrastructure leading down thousands of feet underground. I think it goes down fucking I guess it'll tell me. It's like kilometers. Oh, what happened? Oh, okay. The 8 large vertical structures, theorized to be wells or shafts, are thought to extend over 6,500 feet across and 2,000 feet below ground.
How far have we went? We've only went a certain amount of length into the earth, right?
No, we've gone pretty deep.
Have we gone deep?
We haven't gone that far into the ocean depths.
Gotcha.
But we've gone pretty deep. We've gone kind of real far. These go in, if I believe, I think it's the Stone Rock. I think it goes all the way into Stone Rock, which is insane. It just doesn't make any fucking sense to even be possible. So here's the model of it.
Yeah.
Researchers didn't
that
reveal...
That itself looks like a fucking spaceship.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, I mean, it just looks crazy. And that's without it showing the cylinders. The cylinders just look wild.
Yeah.
Researchers didn't reveal the use of the larger structures that stretch below ground zero, but plan for further analysis and possible excavation to verify the artificial nature of the structures. The project used 2 satellites, 400 and 420,
69.
420 miles up in space to send down radar signals that photograph the pyramids. Data was compiled into images to create a rough copy of what is believed to be below the pyramids, including 8 wells. The hollowed structure consists of spiral pathways leading down further underground. How far underground do they fucking go? So, they assume how far. So, those are the fucking cylinders, which is just nuts.
Yeah.
It's so crazy. But, fuck, man. The group used the data to make a rough 3D model estimating what is believed to be hidden from the world's eye. When we magnify the images in the future, we will reveal that beneath it lies what can only be described as a true underground city. Skepticism and accusations that the study was a hoax arose when the project did not publish information with any peer review from independent researchers. Renowned archaeologist and Egypt's former Minister of Antiquities, Zahi Hawass, promptly called the claims completely wrong and fake news. He said it like the day that it came out. He said that.
Didn't even fucking.
He's an asshole, though.
Yeah.
The claim of radar inside the pyramid is false, and the techniques employed are neither scientifically approved or validated.
Don't they use that for other shit, though?
Yeah, for sure. The thing is
that's fucking crazy.
You're holding on to something for some fucked up reason.
Yeah.
You, as being the guy, the dog over there in Egypt, you should kind of want these things to be true.
Right.
You're holding on for a weird reason. What do you know? What do you have?
Yeah.
And look that's those cylinders,
like coils and shit.
And it's like they think that the coils could potentially, the stuff I was reading, could potentially be like stairwells going down, like a spiral staircase.
That's wild.
Scroll up a little bit. One researcher at the University of Denver said the claims were exaggerated as technology is not advanced enough to create such images. Radar expert Lawrence Conyer said there is likelihood of 5 smaller structures found just below the surface may be there because of the history of the area. So there you go. Conyer said the land was sacred to the ancient civilizations even before the pyramids were constructed. The wild claims have contributed to a growing interest in the possibility of discovery of ancient texts and other resources from Egyptian myths. A remarkably strong correlation between the layout and characteristics of these underground chambers and legendary halls of Amenti are described in ancient myths. I mean, you have something that has been described from thousands of years ago that looks a lot like it, like it should look. And you have people say, nope, that's crazy, that's fake.
Yeah, they're either hiding something or they don't want something to change because of making money. I mean, that's always the fucking
But
case.
they would make money.
True.
That's what doesn't make any sense to me. The halls of Amenti include the fabled Hall of Records, a hidden room believed to be underneath the pyramid complex, or a great sphinx containing resources of information about the ancient people of the area. These new archaeological findings could redefine our understanding of the sacred topography of ancient Egypt, providing spatial coordinates for previously unknown and unexplored subterranean structures. My opinion means nothing, but my opinion is the pushback from some of these people are because they don't want it to come out that potentially this is under there. They do go in, they find the proof. There's potentially written history of how the fucking pyramids got built, that there was an ancient technology, not even aliens, could be. I like the alien thought. But just a normal technology. And then they all have to swallow their fucking pride.
Yeah.
And they have to realize they fucked up by being such an asshole to Graham Hancock.
I think that and
pseudoscience.
Think about this one too. This falls into what you're saying. What if the reason why they're hiding that is because that's kind of like the Tesla treatment? Like, oh shit.
Yeah.
Whenever they find out that they can resource energy from the earth for free, we won't be able to fucking charge them for it.
Yeah, 100%.
Something that fucking simple-minded.
Yeah. Yep.
I agree with you. I think the Graham Hancock one, because the thing is, if you prove Graham Hancock right, even though he has been right, but if they admit one thing is right, they got to kind of
they have to step back and they have to swallow their pride.
And it's an entire industry that's making money.
Yep. And they can just say the same regurgitated thing over and over and over again without ever having to dig in and do anything.
Just keep printing textbooks from fucking schools
from all the same shit over and over and over again.
Shit.
And telling you not to question things.
Yep.
The thing is, if this comes out as true, and this is all actual shit, and we find out some weird history, some way of them building any of this stuff, or it being a power plant or whatever, that leads into the further proof that you should question everything you've ever learned.
Oh, for sure, 100%, everything.
And I think you should anyway.
Yeah.
Because you're just relying on somebody got it right the first time. Mm-hmm. And nobody ever gets anything right the first time. Especially
when you see these people with what the materials. That's the thing that drives me nuts is like, so we have this thing right here, which is using technology, which whether it's inaccurate in a sense or it is accurate, it's still more than whenever you see some of these textbooks that are like, yeah, this is what this animal looked like because we figured it out by this jawbone.
Yeah.
This is what the entire body looked like.
Yeah,
and
exactly.
It's like that. Because for the longest time, all we did was learn that dinosaurs were fucking reptiles.
Yeah.
And it's like, oh, maybe they were birds.
Yeah, now they have feathers.
Yeah, and it's like, dude, what? Like,
yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, dude, there's like, I want to say like they've never actually found. Isn't it like one complete?
I don't know. I haven't dug into it enough, but there is something like that.
I have my reservations about the thoughts of dinosaurs.
Really?
But in a weird way. Like, it's different. It's just a different thing. It's not necessarily our friends' thought that we have. But it's still something that is very much industry. I think it started the industry.
Yeah.
I think it started the fucking industry. And I think that it's things that are pieced together. That there were things that I think is pieced together. And I think that is an industry that was formed on the back of dinosaurs. that is still going to this day that are other things now.
Yeah.
As far as like the mentality.
Yeah.
That
Yeah.
makes
No,
sense, you know what I'm saying?
I get it.
Museums, fucking TV, newspapers, everything was built on the back. Textbooks were built on the back of this one thing that could possibly be slightly fraudulent.
Yeah.
That's like the fucking like the constant. I mean, the whole the concept of the Hollywood was built on the back of fucking what's her face, Shirley Temple.
Yeah. Yeah.
The fucking absolute horrific shit they did to a child was built on the back of that, and they try to glamorize it solely because of that bleeds into what is actually going on in the industry.
Yeah.
The fraudulence of what it is, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I know that sounds like some sort of crazy comparison, but it's like the root of what it is.
Yeah, I mean, there's so much of that. I mean, I think that most
everything is
everything is on the back of shit,
of innocence.
Yeah, I mean,
I truly think
we already know that the fucking major museums, most of the dinosaurs you see are fake. They're put together with styrofoam. They're not actual bones. That's why you're not allowed touching them.
Yeah.
I don't know though.
That's something for another episode.
Yeah, no shit. There's no way of knowing until we fucking go and take this. So we have the technology to go down there and find out if this stuff's real.
And
let's go find out.
And like to segue into what next week's going to be talking about, I think there's going to it's documented somewhere.
Yeah.
And I think that another reason why upper people, not necessarily the everyday person that's scared of things coming out and the truth being told, I think people in the upper, like you just said about this, when it comes to like maybe not wanting it to come out because they would either have to swallow their pride or they would lose some money.
Yeah.
I think that kind of falls in the line of why some people that are in the like the up are not wanting things like the JFK files, because there's other things in these files that maybe this person wanted to expose this, so they were assassinated, and then it's like, well, we need to cover this up because this is what they were going to talk about. And it's not necessarily what you think it is, but at the same time, this is what the big deal is. So much with that, you know what I'm saying?
Absolutely, yeah. I mean, we know for a fact that, well, I guess we don't know for a fact. We know nothing for a fact. We know that the story that goes around is that we lost a bunch of original growth of humankind.
Was like a whole space,
lost. Right? We know what was that there was shit that was lost during the Library of Alexandria fire.
And that's like, doesn't that kind of play into like we don't even know really what year it is?
Kinda, but I push back on that because the reality of it is there was only a real small percentage of the Library of Alexandria that originally caught on fire. And I believe that a lot of that shit left. Like whenever it first caught on fire, arson. They took a lot of stuff. I think it was faked. I think it was a faked thing.
To steal the
shit? To take shit and put it in the Vatican.
Oh, yeah.
I
seal
think
it, dude.
Shit was gone.
Yeah, seal that shit.
I think that that there was, there's tons of reports out there. There's probably a fucking historian just pulling their hair out listening right now. It's oh, fucking idiot. But there's a lot of reports that or research papers that there was only a small corner of the Library of Alexandria that actually caught on fire.
Yeah.
And then they took a lot of things out, and then they kind of like destroyed a lot of it to make it look worse than what it was.
Yeah.
And that supposedly has a lot of the secrets and the unknowns of the earth, of humankind.
Right.
There, the earliest writings.
We definitely need to dive in that because of it is the connection to the Vatican. Like I completely forgot about that whole concept of like that shit got.
There's a whole library in the Vatican that is a catch-22 that you're allowed to go in, but you can only go and find what where that it's at. You can't browse.
Yeah.
So you have to go and say, hey, I want this book, the Book of the Dead, and it's got to be. You have to know where. Oh, it's in aisle A, row 2.
I'm gonna go there and get Harry Potter.
Yeah.
Here's what I'm looking for.
So they created a system to where you have no way of knowing. Yeah, man, it's free to come in and check out.
Twilight.
But how are you going to know where it's at?
Yeah, I know what you mean.
I can't tell you. Go in my house and get my pipe.
I know what you mean.
Where's it at? Can't tell you.
Can't tell you. You just gotta get it.
You got to, but you also can't go look around for it.
Yeah.
You have to know exactly where you go. That's it.
There's weird stipulations.
It's a catch-22.
Yeah.
It's a way of having nobody being able to go in and browse.
Yeah.
Obviously, I've never been there. I might be fucking wrong on that, but everything that I've read has been that's a fact. I don't know.
They got one of those beaded curtains that you got to be 18 to go back.
Dildos and Bongs.
History of the bong.
It's like a stone bong.
Yeah.
Pyramid's a big bong.
Yeah, I'm with. Yeah, that's what it is. I'm with stupid T-shirts and shit. Novelty store has like a
mugs
gift
with
shop.
tits on it.
Has a gift shop. The Vatican gift shop, dude. All right, you want to close her down?
I'm going to close it with this one.
What we got?
The fucking first tab up
Nick
there.
had something. Or is that you?
That's me.
Oh,
Nessie's
hell.
back, baby. Nessie's back.
She back?
All right. There's a new sighting of the Loch Ness Monster, and people are loving it.
Yeah, hell yeah.
I think that's...
We need to bring back this American classic. It's not even American.
Yes. Not at all. Very Scottish. So, yeah. There's a new sighting of old Nessie.
Bring it up, Nick.
Let me read that.
I don't know, Nick. You got to switch the camera.
So the first Loch Ness Monster sighting of 2025. I saw this the other day and got so stoked. We've had numerous observations over the years, but this recent sighting has been particularly captivating. I'm not going to say that name because we'll fuck that up. Nagina, the center's general manager. Conditions of the conditions on the day of this sighting were absolutely perfect. This could very well be our first significant sighting of the year, further fueling the mystery surrounding Loch Ness and its most famous resident. It's fantastic to see the ongoing enthusiasm for scanning the waters of Loch Ness in search of the legendary monster. Whether you're capturing intriguing sonar readings, spotting unusual surface disturbances, or noticing patterns in the loch's natural behavior, we'd love to hear from you. Every observation adds to our understanding whether there's potential evidence of Nessie or new insights into the loch's unique ecosystem. Keep sharing your findings. We're always excited to analyze and explore, blah, blah, blah. I don't know if there is a... we continue to explore the possibility.
I think Nessie's a fucking power station.
It's a float.
Water. It's like the water one, the water wheel. Where it's,
yeah.
And she just beat the pit.
Just tired.
Fucking tired. I've been doing this for 45,000 years.
Yeah.
I'm fucking tired.
Is that the whole article? I thought there was a thing on it. Yeah. What is it at the very top?
Jay-Z.
Scroll down a little bit. Is there nothing in between those? Yeah. Oh, wait. Yeah. The next paragraph down. According to the Post, a witness recently...
Bubble mailers
Whoa!
are to ship many products, and with Sticker Mule, ordering
According to the Post, a witness recently noticed a black mass in the so-called monster's home, aka the Scottish Highlands. The individual snapped and submitted a photo of their findings to the Loch Ness Center in Inverness, marking the first potential sighting of 2025 and one of the most unique and clear spottings of all time. And why is it not popping up in that little thing? I would assume that it's probably supposed to be in between those.
Like right there, like it's an ad or something.
Like right above, right there, probably that open space.
Oh, it might not be. Is that the picture you're talking about?
I don't think so, because that's the old classic one, isn't it?
I don't know. Looks fairly fresh.
Okay, here we go. That's its head. That's the new one.
That's the melon.
That's its head coming up out of there. I mean, obviously I'm no expert.
Looks kind of like the waves around it, but it could just be its body.
It wouldn't make any sense to be ununiform, I guess.
Yeah.
If it's just cruising.
Yeah.
You ever see like an alligator that's cruising before it breaks the surface tension?
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm all in. I love me a Loch Ness.
I'm all in regardless.
Give me all the cryptids.
Yeah, that's my shit. I mean, I'm there for it. It's a legend. I'm there.
Yep.
I'd be so freaked out if it's like a big snake, because that's one of the theories. It's not even like, because you know how like a lot of them are like, oh, it's got fins and stuff like that. Like it's just a big fucking snake.
Just a big anaconda.
Get the fuck out of here. I'm into it.
I think it's one of the dinosaur ones. Whatever it's called.
Yeah. I ain't talking about.
It looks like a brontosaurus, but it has fins.
Yeah. that's just kind of like survived.
Yeah, just somehow gets to
definitely
Scotland.
that's possible because alligators exist, and they've been around for fucking 1 billion years.
And we know that certain things like alligators and crocodiles, they don't die of natural causes.
Right.
They die because they break their jaw, they can't keep eating, they will live fucking forever.
Right.
Weird. But yeah.
I'm into it. We'll keep following that. Nessie's back, baby.
Nessie's back. 2025, we got aliens, Nessie, and pyramids.
Pyramid schemes, dude. It's a pyramid
schemes. We got fucking weight loss tea and everything.
All right. Well, next week's the big 100.
Yep.
So we're going to do a special little thing. We're going to deep dive the JFK shit that came out as much as we possibly can.
Yeah. Yep. I will have a bunch of shit for that one.
Cool. So, all right. Well, thank you all for listening and hanging out. We're back. Nessie's back. We're back. We come back only whenever Nessie comes back.
That's it.
The next episode will be the next sighting of Nessie. Yeah. So,
thank Nessie you guys dies, we die.
Yeah, we die. So, thank you guys for fucking hanging out, man. My name is Josh Richter.
Cody Daddy.
See you.
See you.